We're here to see the GUNVOLT 3 gameplay.
So can we, I love to say, switch it over to the
Switch it over, yeah, we're switching to the Switch.
I love saying, I miss saying that.
Right. So here we go. This is Kieran right here. You can see she's kind of unassuming, you know, compared to like a GUNVOLT it might be. She's got a dash. She's got a dash and a jump. That's, you know, about it. But she has her special talismans that she throws in addition to her sword. Those are your two main attacks with Kieran here. You jump, you slash, press the R button to slash. You can throw these talismans. The talismans are kind of interesting. They don't do any damage on their own. And you can also slash projectiles you see with their sword and keep those out of the way.
So would you say that for seasoned GB players, if you played GUNVOLT before, do the talismans kind of feel more like GUNVOLT's darts did from the older, like that's kind of her way of connecting with the enemies, like GUNVOLT did with his darts, or like Copen maybe does with his dash, that sort of thing?
Yeah, I would say it's somewhere in between. So GUNVOLT, you know, his gameplay revolves around tagging enemies and then shocking them, right? So Kieran is somewhat similar. So she tags enemies with the talismans, but she still has to kind of get in there. Try to be a little fancy. No, pitfalls don't kill you. But yeah, so those talismans actually, they don't deal damage right away. What happens is that they'll accumulate damage, which you can then deal the next time you hit them with a sword. Of course, these little fodder enemies are not going to exactly show that off. But you notice that that guy on top didn't die from the one sword splash, but the one I had tagged did. But here's the real meat and potatoes, is the arc chain. So once you have an enemy tag like this with the talisman, it doesn't actually go away either. It'll stay there forever. You press the A button, and you warp to him and you slice him. And
that is good. I mean, that's basically bread and butter gameplay, right? Yeah,
that's what you're going to be wanting to do. And she's like, for someone who doesn't have an air dash or an air jump, she's actually very airborne.
Yeah, because I mean, you can cover once you tag it with the talisman and then you use the arc chain, you can cover a lot of. As you just saw, you can cover a lot of distance. Yeah,
in like the tutorial, it said something about like having to be close to the enemy to do that, but I'm not sure. You know, that might be still something that's needs a little bit of work, or if that's just development. Yeah, that could be subject to change, but look at that! You just teleport right through them. It's so much fun. Like, it's so flashy and like,
you know, because like because one of the satisfying things about like gameplay in the GUNVOLT games is, you know, working out ways to chain, as you just did right there, you know, chain those attacks together, either, you know, by you know, as GB, like, you know, tagging multiple enemies at once and zapping them, or as Copen, like bouncing from like one enemy to the next and to the next and to the next. And from what I've seen so far, it really sounds like Keenan has the ability to really kind of do her own. Yeah, she has her own way of making that super fluid, super badass and stylish attack patterns.
Oh yeah. I've not had a whole bunch of time with this, but seeing people around the office like just chain the entire stage in the air
that work on this game, it's insane.
It looks incredible, like the level of gameplay you can achieve there.
Yeah, this is, you know, like, we're showing y'all, like, you know, we're gonna take our time, show you the ins and outs.
Yeah.
In a seasoned veteran's hands, I mean, it gets ridiculous.
Right. No, it's like there's a high level of gameplay available here, I think.
I mean, even just since I was last in the office, it's just seeing just seeing them do what they do then. I can only imagine what they're doing now. You know? Right. I can only imagine how ridiculous it gets.
Yeah, and so it's even actually pretty useful for like platforming here, because you can see it's actually invincible when you go through. You can go through those mines just like that, as long as you have them tagged. Yeah. So there's platforming challenges involved there as well. Good. And yeah, probably another thing people are very curious to see though. Like, if you might notice, Kieran has a little dog companion. And you know, this part looks it's kind of tricky, you know, all these mines here in the way. What if we switch over to our dog friend? He actually is GUNVOLT. We have
Are you saying that dog that looked just like Gunvolt is Gunvolt?
Ah, it's just crazy, right?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he is a little powered up, or a little very powered up, as you might see. He's like a little bit out of control, power level wise here. He can double jump forever. He can air dash like forever. You know, he's extremely powerful. He's even got a powered up dash. You can dash through enemies and if they're locked on, it deals damage. If they're not locked on,
it's so
you get a lock on.
It's so satisfying. Ripping right through these dudes like they're nothing.
Yeah, right? You think that's satisfying? Well, check out this.
That's the best. That is just...
It's a little out of
chef's
control.
kiss for days. The GV pile driver suplex, whatever it was.
Yeah.
It's so fast I didn't even catch if it was a pile driver or a suplex, but it's freaking awesome, whichever one it is.
Yeah, I got a little ahead of myself. You have to tag enemies with your dart gun to get your flash field discharge on them. But he actually has like a regular flash field to block projectiles as long as you're not firing your electricity.
Yeah, so that's pretty much always there as long as you're not attacking, right? That little circle around it.
Right, yeah. It goes away when you're attacking, so you'll take a little bit of risk. But also, he doesn't have a health bar.
He does not.
I don't know if you noticed, like, I think I got hit, but he doesn't have a health bar. He does not. This man's right here is invincible. He's got pre-evasion all the time, no matter what. But you'll notice, like, this super powerful guy here, what's the downside? Well, it's that. You only have him for a temporary amount of time. You see the bar underneath Kieran's health bar is actually the Fetter's bar, her Radiant Fetter's ability. That determines how much you can use Gunvolt. You need to charge it up to 100 to actually switch to him. And then once you're playing as him, it starts to slowly go down, but as you do those powerful abilities, it'll drain it even faster. So it's kind of he's like a reward for playing well. You'll earn more as you use Kieran's sword abilities. It'll go up. That one was out of.
You can't just coast through the stage with OP Gunvolt.
Yeah, that might, and also players of the series will know there's a bit of a score element involved. You have the kudos up there.
Yeah, I mean that's a core element to every game in the Gunvolt series.
Right. So if you're aiming for a score, you might notice that Gunvolt kind of just low scoring, as it were. Like he has a bit of a challenge getting a score. So you're going to want to focus on Kieran and her, specifically her like aerial combos if you want to get a high score. So that it's kind of there for players who need a little bit of help or just want to blow stuff up for a little bit. But it's always nice to have it in your back pocket. Have that Gunvolt there if you're having some trouble.
We introduced Keening last year, and but just seeing how far her gameplay has come along, and just like seeing that there be a bona fide melee character in the Gunvolt series for the first time,
and it's so satisfying.
It's something real special about it.
Like the attacks are so quick and like, I just feel so good. One thing I do want to point out about like, so the talismans, the more you stick to the enemies, the more damage you'll do. You notice there's a little bit of a gray part of the health bar. That shows how much you'll do when you cash in the talismans by doing a sword attack there. I've lost a few from using her evasion, but you can just recharge those.
Yeah, so you can recharge her talismans, just like you could, like that's one way to do it.
No. I want to split off.
That is certainly
that does a little damage when you switch over there. Well, I'll show off a little bit more. But yeah, there's a lot to it. There's a lot to it this time, and I think a lot of these elements have combined to make something really, really fun.
Yeah, and I mean and this is just like. You're just scratching the surface of the gameplay.
Oh yeah, for sure. There's a little bit more that's not quite in the demo here that I'll talk about when we're finished. But we'll give you a little bit more of a taste. But we're all just about done here. Show off a little bit of a boss fight.
He's ready.
Yeah. The Gunvolt. Maybe a little thing. You shoot those darts up a diagonal.
So there's an important question, Andrew. This guy's asking if they can pet Gunvolt.
Can you pet Gunvolt?
I mean, you could try. He might be a big grump face. I mean, Gunvolt's kind of a big softie, but he's got that kind of grump. He might grump a bit.
Yeah, that's a good point.
He'll probably let you. Got them Lumen tunes going.
Yeah.
I love Lumen's new design. It's so good.
Well, I think that's about all we've got to show you here.
I mean, there's a lot more of this fight to see.
There's a lot more. Yeah, I don't want to give too much away. Just one more thing I want to show. I think a little bit. Yeah. これだけ。So cool.
God, look how cool that is. Look how cool.
はい。これで大丈夫です。
And that, good friends, is all you're gonna get.
Yeah,